Bevo, how have the boys been this week? How's training been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Right now we've got 4 games in 10 days, so I really like the focus with our guys. We know it's a real tough challenge for us, so they're being pretty good.
Have you had to take it a bit lightly with that schedule coming up?
Yeah, exactly. We keep saying our shooting's horrible, so we've been doing so much extra work with our shooting, so that's the emphasis of what we're trying to do.
Any changes at all this week?
No. Obviously, Tovey's starting to slightly get back into it, and we're hoping he'll be good for next week. So he'll still be out this week, but hopefully he'll be back for next Thursday's game against Melbourne.
So he's progressing okay?
Yeah. Yesterday he went for a really good jog, and so we're slowly bringing him back into it.
Townsville, do you think that's a danger game given how much they've improved? I think they've gone 9-3 last 12.
Right now, there's a lot of danger games. Townsville, they've really stepped up, and obviously they challenged us big time. They had a massive overtime win last week. They're coming here with an expectation they're going to beat us. They want to make the playoffs, so that makes them very, very hungry. So we've spoken to our players about that. So we have to be on our game, there's no question about that.
What did you guys learn from that game that pushed you all the way when they were last year?
Well, the thing is, what you know is that there's a lot of great teams in this league. So they've got Irvin, they've got Neville, Jacob Holmes is now coming back in the team, they've got shooters, they're a complete team. They start off poorly, but right now they're showing that they are a very, very good team, and no team can be underestimated for sure.
You've had a really good record against them in the past few years. Do you feel like they're closing the gap a bit on you guys?
I wouldn't even think about that. It's like we know that we've got to turn up and play. It's irrelevant what's happened in the past. Obviously we have done well, but we don't think about it, don't talk about it. It's about now. Is
this the obviously first 5 weeks of the season on the road, but with the double headers this next fortnight, is this almost the toughest part of your schedule?
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about that, and that's why we're focusing so much. 4 games in 10 days. Home away. It's very, very tough. There's a lot of travel. It's how we manage the bodies, and that's why we have had gone light this week. And as long as we can get in and keep the bodies fresh, I think we're in with every game.
You mentioned your shooting. Is shooting probably the one thing that's holding you back from being almost the complete team?
Totally agree. That is the biggest key for us. That defensively, I think we've shown that we are the best team in the league defensively, and we're winning games because of our defence, not our offence. But we're saying that we've still had some pretty big 20-30 point wins. So last week was frustrating because we had so many open looks and just didn't make them. So we've spoken to the team. We've got 8 weeks to go now, and a total commitment to improving our shooting.
Is it your perimeter shooting, or is it everything that's concerning?
Mainly the perimeter. I mean, last week, I think it was 20% shot from the 3-point line, and a lot of them were great looks. So probably more so perimeter. But we're saying that now we've had to change our game plan slightly to get the ball inside a lot more to Matty Knight, and that's working for us.
Have you noticed a difference here at this stadium shooting-wise to maybe Challenge or other stadiums around the country?
Yeah. Right now, somebody was telling me that the lowest percentages in the entire league are here at the arena. I think this place is so big. There's spatial things. They're brand new rings. They're tight, but the opposition's got to play on that as well. So it's not an excuse or anything, but the facts of the matter, this is the lowest scoring arena in Australia.
What about, like, because you said it was big, do the players, do they see more in the crowd? Like, is there some sort of psychological thing that maybe comes into play?
Well, the thing is, because it's so big, just the depth perception and things like that is massive. So you go from a small stadium to a big stadium, things like that, you're changing, and that's why we're trying to get in here to train a lot more to get used to it. But there's definitely a major factor with the size of this place.
You were just saying about how going inside to Matty's working. Does that make shooting more important when you've got a guy like Luke Neville he's coming up against?
No, it does, and right now Matty has just been outstanding. He will be a focal point to go at Luke again, there's no question about that, but we can't just rely on him inside. We have to knock down open shots. It's, I wouldn't say crisis station, but right now we have to get that done. If we don't do that, we cannot win a championship.
Melbourne are talking themselves up this week. They're sending out emails about championship contenders and all that business. How do you guys go about that game on Sunday?
I wish them all the best if they want to think that. Right now, we're more concerned about us. Obviously, with us playing and then having to travel, there is a chance that they could beat us. But right now, I think mentally we're in a great space. Physically, we're starting to get there, and to be honest, I don't really care what Melbourne think.
Can you assert a bit of authority though by beating them on Sunday?
Well, to me, it's about us getting better for the last 8 and working on things. So we're not going to go out, oh yeah, we're going to make a statement against them. We just have to play hard, we've got to play smart and execute a lot better what we do, and that'll take care of itself.
A lot of chat about, or not chat, today an email came about Boomer's job, that it was part-time, probably maybe become full-time with different roles, etc. Does that still interest you, being a part-time gig?
Yeah, well, it's that obviously, at the end of the day, I've got a wife, kids, mortgage, things like that, and you can't survive on a part-time salary. So, you've got to look at what is the best for your family. So whatever decision is made down the track will all be determined on my family and what is the best for them.
Do you think it's a race in two? Well, many people think it's between you and Lemanis, and probably the winner of the title may get the upper hand. Do you feel that?
I mean, that's what people keep saying, and we've both got our strengths, we've both got our weaknesses. I've been doing this a long time now. I know I've got a lot of experience in developing programs, plus obviously international experience. So, I'll just do the best that I can. I can't control what Andre does, or there could be other applicants. It's been advertised, so you might get somebody from around the world that applies for it. So right now. That's down the track. More importantly, it's about us at the Wildcats now. This is about winning a championship.
It's still a job you'd love to have, wouldn't it?
I think that anybody in the sporting world would be privileged and honoured to be the head coach of their country, to walk, leading your team into an Olympic Games, World Championship. It's the highest accolade you can do is leading your country. So there's no doubt that it's something that I'd like to pursue.
Thinking about Andre and the Breakers, Will Hudson's obviously out for a while. It's just the chance that they might drop a game soon. Yeah, well, I mean, right now, they've got so much experience, so much depth, and but this is the test. We've had injuries throughout the year, and we've possibly dropped some games for that reason. They've had no injuries till now. So right now, that's a challenge for them. But there's no doubt that they've got the experience and depth to cover Hudson. But right now, that's a great challenge for them. What about Sydney? How big's the Henry blow for them?
Oh, that's massive. I think he's been tremendous for him. But I always say, from somebody's injury can make an opportunity for somebody else.